Good morning, guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm a 6th grade teacher in South Georgia, and this week is a little different in terms of what I'm filming. Last week I filmed every day, went over my essay process. I will film some days this week, not every day, because this isn't a typical weekly vlog. This is focusing on a lesson I want to share with you. Just a disclaimer, I did not make up all the details of this lesson. I used vocabulary and some other websites. If you're a teacher, you know, if you Google or look on Teachers Pay Teachers, there's already ideas here, so you don't need to recreate the wheel. But our new standard is pairing text together to compare and contrast. The wording is compare and contrast one author's presentation of events with another author's. So I will show you that. If you're a teacher struggling for ideas about Black History Month coming up next month, this lesson idea is a great idea for you. I think this could be modified for any grades, probably even higher than 6th grade, and even probably some elementary grades as well. So I will explain that in planning. I just wanted to intro this video. Before they read the first text that they're reading, they are going to have a quick mini lesson on figurative language. So we're gonna read I Have a Dream, just an excerpt of it, just part of it. And he uses some figurative language, which will be part of their worksheet and part of their assignment. So just going over simile, metaphor, and personification, just the basic ones for now. And then I do have some quick practice ones. I won't show you, but it's just super quick practice. And then we are going to watch a brain pop, which is going to give them an intro to MLK. So that way, if they are not that familiar with him, which I believe they are, but if they're not, then this gives them a little bit of background. It's about 6 minutes. And then now they're gonna read part of the speech. So this is just one part of the speech. And as they read, they're gonna circle 5 of his most powerful words. This might be different for everyone, that's fine. And then there's a worksheet on the back where they have to explain the words. And now that they know about figurative language, look at the figurative language that he used and interpret that. Again, I use vocabulary and some online resources. So this is the excerpt that they'll be reading. It's just a page. And they'll circle the words that stand out to them. And then here is the worksheet on the back I was talking about. And they will come up with their own definition or explanation for the 5 keywords that they chose and define these 2 examples of figurative language. So that's why I liked this specific excerpt, because it was a good way to incorporate figurative language lessons as well. So once they have analyzed the speech and done all of that, they're gonna start to come up with their own idea. This vocabulary calls it a rap, I think because of repetition. I Have a Dream is being repeated a lot in the speech. We will not present it or anything. They're gonna brainstorm, come up with their own goal. It needs to be like a worldly goal, like what can we do to improve the world, not just something like getting all A's. And they have to come up with some words that MLK used that they can also use. So they're using, you know, some bigger words and come up with figurative language to use in theirs as well. So they're gonna brainstorm. So the next page of this packet that I was showing you after the worksheet where they analyze the speech is their brainstorming. So come up with your own dream. What are some words that King used that you can use? And then come up with some figurative language. So this is the brainstorming. We probably won't get too far past this today, but if they do get done, then here are the instructions for the rap. They need at least 14 lines. They need at least 2 examples of figurative language, and I want them to be underlined. I believe this says 3, I'll fix that. It'll say 2, they only need 2, and they need at least 2 words that King used, and I want them to be circled. So when I'm grading, it's pretty easy for me to see their figurative language and their words that they use. And since this is somewhat rap style, then I want them to try to rhyme as well. So it's gonna take some more thought, and they will write it on the very back of their packet. It'll have their name, and then there's lines for the speech. So that will be how today, and this will carry over into tomorrow when they actually write the rap. So tomorrow I won't be filming because, as I said, tomorrow is when they will write the bulk of the rap, so I don't really have much to film tomorrow. But Wednesday, that's when we read the second text that I will pair with I Have a Dream, so that is what I will show you on Wednesday. Just to give you a hint, it is a song, a super old song. Happy Wednesday, guys. I did not film yesterday because, as I said, what we started Monday lasted 2 days. Just to recap, we read a portion of I Have a Dream on Monday, and then they did a little worksheet that just kind of helped analyze it and figure out some keywords MLK used. That went super well. And then yesterday, which was Tuesday, they had to write their own version of the speech. So they had to come up with their own dream for the world. That was really tough for them. It definitely challenged them because everyone, when you think of the word dream and hopes and dreams and goals, you think about your own self, but it was a dream for the world. So I gave them some examples like clean water, helping with world hunger, helping with homelessness. Of course, they're young, so they don't think they have a part in any of that. But, you know, it just takes one person speaking on something for change to be made. So that challenged them yesterday. It literally took the whole class. I try to challenge them and get them thinking. It definitely was not a hard assignment, but it did challenge them. But it's now Wednesday, and today we're going to read our second text, which is a protest song. MLK would use some lyrics from this song I'm about to show you in some of his sermons. It's not super religious or anything. This is a public magnet school, but it's definitely a very good paired text with I Have a Dream because they have the same topic and theme. This is the song. This is called We Shall Overcome. I gave them the lyrics, and it's just one page, pretty self-explanatory, not a lot of big words, so I'm not really going to have to give them a lot of like definitions and stuff. And then they're gonna read the lyrics and do this little organizer on the back. I made a chart that has like questions on the left side. And then they're gonna use a lyric from the song, kind of like how we find quotes, to defend their answer over here. So we're always continuing to find quotes to back up our answer. So this is pretty independent today. And then Friday is going to be when we compare this song to the MLK speech. There's definitely similarities and definitely differences. Happy Friday, guys. It is now Friday, the 27th, and now we are actually going to compare and contrast the two things we read this week. This standard is hard because it takes time. You can't compare contrast right away. You got to read the two texts and analyze them, make sure they are understood, and then compare contrast. We also did have some testing this week, which is why I didn't film every day, so it took a long time. But today is now Friday. They're going to do a Venn diagram because that's the easiest way to compare contrast. It's just a classwork grade and it will not be hard. They can use the speech and they can use the song. So they have everything in front of them that they need. So that's what they're going to do today. And I made a little handout. So I just filled in the names. So I Have a Dream, We Shall Overcome. This is the speech, this is the song. I want them to come up with 3 similarities between the two texts. And then on either side, what's something unique to the song and what's something unique to the speech. So this honestly is something they've probably been doing for years. I just tried to choose a little bit more complex texts than what they're used to in elementary school. But that is what we're doing today. I've shown this before, but I'm bringing back who would win. I usually use this for argumentative. I've shared this before. The kids have to choose a side as their claim, come up with a reason and all of that. I decided though to repurpose this PowerPoint for comparing and contrasting. So before they do this worksheet, I wanted to do a little warm up, and I have obviously this food one. I also have like mountains and beach, and I have shoes. I have like 8 slides on here just as a fun warm up. It's Friday and they love bringing in their outside interests. So we'll do this as a warm up, and they're gonna come up with 1 similarity, 1 difference just to get us started, and then they will move on to the worksheet. So I figured that would be a fun way to start our day. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I just wanted to share an idea with you about comparing and contrasting, and this could easily be used during Black History Month. If you teach social studies, you could still use this because you could incorporate some history. Next week, they do have a quiz on the standard on Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday, we're gonna kind of do a study guide, I guess, much faster than taking a whole week. They're gonna read 2 texts and compare, contrast, just to have 1 more practice before the quiz Wednesday. It's more high interest than what we did this week. It's 2 things that are about basketball, 1 thing written by Kobe Bryant, who of course unfortunately passed away. A lot of people know his name because of him passing, even if they didn't know him when he played. And then the second text is by Michael Jordan. So I think it'll be a pretty good, interesting study guide, and then their quiz is Wednesday. So that's gonna be it for this week's video. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and let me know what videos you wanna see from us, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.